Hello friends, how are you? Good afternoon. So we had initiated a discussion yesterday about what is anthropology and some insights, some ideas on anthropology. As we have got a plan, right? Day 1, day 2, day 3, we had talked about. Day 2 we will be talking about um, the syllabus only. Today, detailed discussion of the syllabus. These are the areas we have covered yesterday. And major divisions of anthropology, we have made a note. By the way, social, cultural, biological or physical, archaeological and linguistic. Wonderful, you're all resonating wonderfully well. Good. Keep the same spirit going for the next 5 months. And you will see the results. Even within 5 to 10 days itself, most of you will understand the broad contours of the subject. Broad contours. And by second week, third week, you start to understand the subject a little bit. Our style of teaching. Acha, ek second. So I request you to kindly put your phones on silent mode. I have already duly done it from my side. And please don't get distracted for the next couple of hours. In our journey, most of the classes, more than like 99-100% of the classes will involve brainstorming. Classes will not be one-way traffic, as I told you. So when I go one-way traffic, what will happen? After certain time, your windows start closing down. You will only be listening with your only ears. You will not be listening actively. So what is the advantage of this two-way dialogue, interactive kind of orientation? You will always be open. Your mind is always open. You are always inquisitive. You will be thinking, processing. You will be responding. In that way, most of the subject is learnt in this class itself. Most of the subject. You just need to revise after going home. If you don't revise, it will take again a very strenuous effort to again go to the roots of the subject, basics of the subject. The subject looks like understandable. Class lo unnappudu baane anpistund. You'll understand. But after going home, after 1 hour at least, within 1 hour if somebody asks, you will be unable to answer. So I make it a point that you will be regularly doing that question answer kind of a discussion here. And in between you will be seeing many previous year questions. Yeah. So these major divisions of anthropology, as per the syllabus of, as per UPSC, it is clearly mentioned in 2 papers. क्या हो गया यार इसको the fish एक बार इधर आओ सडनली एक्सपैंड हो गया ये पेज ये देखो ऐसा एक्सपैंड हो रहा है या as per UPSC convenience, just like its own way of doing things, it has divided the subject into 2 papers. Paper 1, just like any optional, and paper 2. Paper 1, paper 2. Generally speaking, broadly speaking, paper 1 is considered as general anthropology. Okay, or you can even put a title like Introduction to Anthropology. General anthropology you can call, if at all you want to give a title, because there is no title given by UPSC. We are giving a title because we should have some clarity, right? General anthropology. Then what you will call paper 2? Indian anthropology. Whatever the ideas you have learnt in paper 1, you will be implementing here with more Indian examples. Rather, you would like to understand the Indian society, Indian culture, entire India from this anthropological angle. Basically from anthropological orientation. This is the basic idea. In paper 1, how many chapters are there? In paper 1, number of chapters are 12. In paper 2, number of chapters are 9. You can start writing, going along with me. Number of chapters 12 in paper 1 and 9 in paper 2. And this is a general idea. And you know the marks, 250 marks for each. 250 marks, 250 marks, the general knowledge. So, if you see from paper UPSC angle, UPSC starts with 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes in that order. Correct? UPSC has its own way of understanding. But we are not going to follow UPSC model. We will be covering the subject. From the all syllabus will cover. But not in the way asked by or just put there by UPSC. UPSC has just identified the syllabus. We have to make a tailor-made approach, special kind of a what you call reorientation. So, once you cover, note this, we will go forward. Nothing much here to write. Okay. And we have divided, just I said, no, we will not follow the UPSC pattern. We will in fact divide the entire 2 papers matter, paper 1 matter, paper 2 matter into 6 parts. Correct? How many papers are there? 2 papers. But we are doing it in a paper-wise manner, like a part-wise manner. We will divide the subject matter into 6 parts. Six parts. Broadly, I will give you the parts. Number 1. First part or part number 1, introduction and social cultural part. Introduction and social cultural part. You can start writing alongside. So part number 2. Physical or biological part. Physical or biological part is part 2. Part 3, I will write here also. Part 3. Anthropological theories or simply thought. Or you can even call it as thought. Anthropological thought. Okay. Introduction and social cultural part, part 1. Part 2, physical or biological part. Part 3, anthropological theories. Yesterday, while I was doing the discussion, theories part, where did I put it? Theories part, I put it in social culture. We thought it is social culture. Broadly speaking, we can put it, see, we can't separate a subject, right? For our convenience, we are dividing. So, there it was part of social culture. Now we are separating that, so that we'll give a wonderful treatment to it. And to tell you what, I was saying something about anthropological thought. What was the idea? Anybody remembers? As far as the ABCD of the subject, what did I say? Where are the ABCDs hidden of the subject? In theories. So theories we will give separate treatment, number 1. Second, another reason for that is because these theories carry maximum marks. Because many a student finds it tricky They feel, as I told you, they feel that they're understanding everything in the class. But if they want to express, they can't easily. So even in writing, spoken, they find it very difficult. So only which marks, where you'll get maximum marks? Where there is lot of difficulty. Where there is lot of ease, people will write, everybody will write something, they will get marks. But where the tougher one is, they will get more marks. So we will separate this and try to give our best focus here. Now coming to fourth part. Fourth part is your archaeological or prehistoric archaeology. Part 4. Part 4 we are calling it as prehistoric archaeology. Did we talk about this yesterday? What was that? In the broad major divisions of anthropology, did we have archaeology? Yes. What was it called there? It was called there, means the major pioneers or great thinkers of the subject has called it as archaeological anthropology. We have just changed the name. The matter is same. Archaeological anthropology name antunam manam. We are just calling prehistoric archaeology. I'll tell you, I'll give you the logic why we have added the term prehistoric. Prehistoric archaeology is your fourth part. Fifth part. Now comes, I'll give you the parts, even the contents also. Fifth part we will call it as Indian society and culture. Indian society and culture. Fifth part. UPSC never gives these parts. UPSC means vetkandi syllabus lo. Even you can actually take a print out or ask our people, they will give you a syllabus copy. It's not a big deal. But UPSC never says these are the parts you have to study. We have cut them for ease of operation. Okay, fifth one is done. Then sixth one. Sixth part is your, any guesses? So what is left out? Most important one, not linguistic. Yeah, good thinking. But actually linguistic we will add in first paper, first part itself. Something major thing that is there in paper 2 is the anthropology of tribes in India. Either you call it as tribal India or anthropology of tribes or tribal anthropology. You can give 3 names to it. You can say tribal India or tribal anthropology, or simply or more elaborately anthropology of the tribes. Anthropology of tribes. So this is the idea. Tribal India or tribal anthropology or anthropology of tribes. That is the subject. That is the area which is a part of the sixth part in our division, in our schema. Every time remember at the top of your mind, it is our scheme of division, not UPSC saying. But this will work wonders actually. Okay, I am rubbing this off. Now we will take a jump into all these parts and what exactly they carry, they contain. Well, Introduction and Social Cultural Anthropology. What is the part number? Part number 1 as per our scheme of division. Part 1. In this introduction and social cultural, introduction means introduction to anthropology. Introduction to anthropology and social cultural anthropology. So we have in this part several chapters, like for example we have 1.1 which talks about meaning, scope and development of anthropology. Meaning, I will not be writing very detailedly for every chapter, like broadly I will be talking. 1.1 it is saying meaning, scope and development of anthropology. So yesterday we have started the discussion, no? What is anthropology? You remember certain definitions? Very simplest definition. Study of man or humans or science of humans. Then what are the other definitions? We have written two more. Anthropology is a holistic discipline of humans, or anthropology is the study of humans in both time and space, or space and time. Kada? So like this we'll be talking about anthropology. What is anthropology? Slightly more deeper. And we'll try to see what is the scope of anthropology. What do you mean by scope of anthropology? Scope means coverage, extent, spread. That means what are the areas that come under anthropology? If at all you want to put a boundary, or what is the area? See, we can't go and study everything under the sun, but maximum, some core matter. That is the scope of anthropology. For example, the scope of anthropology is broadly divided into four, according to the founding fathers. Four major divisions. Same thing. Most of the times you'll be like repeating this. Social, cultural, biological, archaeological, linguistic. That is the scope of this thing. Is it limited there? No, it is getting extended every time. It is a multidisciplinary subject. What is anthropology today? It is a multidisciplinary subject. Okay, we'll be adding more and more knowledge like this. So there will be chapters like 1.2 and 1.3 as well. This is the introductory part. 1.2 talks about relationships or relations or relationship with other disciplines. Relationship of anthropology with other disciplines. Again, in 1.3 there are four areas, A, B, C and D. A, 1.3a talks about major, 1.3 title entaya ante, one second, major divisions of anthropology. Yesterday I have put that, no, slide, major divisions of anthropology. What are the major disciplines of subdivisions or divisions of anthropology? In syllabus clearly it is mentioned, A, B, C and D. A, social, cultural, SCA, I am writing short now, SCA, physical or biological anthropology. PA or BA, archaeological anthropology, AEA, linguistic anthropology, LA. So like that, the first chapter from 1.1 to 1.3 is an introductory chapter. You can have a quick note of this. Anytime if you feel the writing is not clear, you can even raise your hand. I'll again read it, give the spelling for you. And these are not tough words, by the way, simple words. Social cultural anthropology, biological or physical anthropology, archaeological anthropology, linguistic anthropology are the major divisions of anthropology which comes under chapter 1.3, which forms the introductory part for us. Okay, great. Copy this fast. So what I have observed over years of teaching, where whenever I write something or dictate something, there are 2-3 types of people, 3 types of people. One who write very fast, one who writes moderately, the other person writes very slowly. For slow writers, I have a tip. You always write in you have to do double work. In fact, you can be winners fast. ఎవరైతే స్లో రాస్తారో వాళ్ళకి ఎక్కువ ఛాన్సెస్ ఉన్నాయి. ఏంటయ్యా అంటే, you have to write the stuff in bullet points or short forms. Now, go back home, make a fair notes. Some people have the habit of writing running notes. Those are the people, running notes ante enti? Whenever I give some idea, these fellows are catching. Fellows ante tappu word kaadu. Fellows means the people, our companions. These people are catching them on the spot and writing in their, and they are listening and processing and writing. So if you find yourself in that category, very good. I appreciate that. And anybody wants training in that, you can always come and approach me. I'll give some training on that as well. Running notes రాసుకునే వాళ్ళకి ఫ్యూచర్లో ఓన్ నోట్స్ రాసుకునే ఛాన్స్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. And who becomes a winner here? Toppers are usually the people who write their own notes. Even after listening to the lectures, writing tests, attending, seeing videos, all this is preparation, wonderful. But how do you understand for yourself? You have to put it in your own words and write. So that is a very extraordinary skill you have to develop in this journey for every subject, not just anthro. Ye ho gaya? So 1.1 to 1.3 is the subject matter here, is the content here. Well, there are other parts as well, like themes also will come in this. For example, we are talking about other chapters division, right? Apart from 1.1 to 1.3, we do have chapters 2.1 to 2.5. Then 3, then 4, then 5, then 7, and then 8. We don't have place here, I'll write here. 4, 5, 7 and 8. Already this is done. 1.1 to 1.3 introduction అయిపోయింది. 2.1 to 2.5. 2.1 talks about nature of culture. 2.2 wants us to understand nature of society. 2.3 is your marriage. 2.4 family. 2.5 kinship. Broadly. 2.1, see, we have spoken about these 2-3 words yesterday. I told you the broad 3 themes in anthropology. What are the 3 themes? 3 key words in anthropology. Biology. Anna, ఒకసారి ఎక్కడ అన్నట్టు I remember. Maybe in the flow you've got. There is a very beautiful insight I'm going to share here. Very simple one, by the way. If somebody asks suddenly, right, you're traveling in a train or a flight or a bus, somebody asks, an uncle or aunt asks, what are you studying, beta? I am preparing for IAS. Oh, wonderful. What are the subjects? You say anthropology. That person has come again. Anthropology? I've never heard this. What is anthropology? Then you must be in a position to tell that person. That means if you are successful in communicating to the normal person, very ordinary person, then you are successful. So in a nutshell, in a summary, how do you express? This is that nutshell. Anthropology is about these 3 key ideas. Entire anthropology, linguistic pakan bettedam, archaeology pakan bettedam kasep. Right? Because archaeology is something about a different thing. Linguistic, again, it is a part of culture only. Language is a part of culture, right? Language and culture. Then what is B here doing? Biology, yes. Acha, why did I put B here in the bottom? Huh? Biology or society, you can say like this also, society. C for culture. Why did I put this at the bottom of this triangle? Because we are basically biological beings. ఒక్కోసారి నేను చెప్పే చూడండి, రన్నింగ్ రైట్ నోట్స్ అని. ఇది చెప్పినప్పుడు మీరు ఏం చేయాలి? ధోని క్యాచ్ పట్టినట్టు పట్టాల. ఎట్లా? బయాలజికల్, వీఆర్ బేసికలీ బయాలజికల్ బీయింగ్స్ అని రాసేయాలి ఫాస్ట్గా. ఎందుకంటే దిట్ విల్ కిక్ స్టార్ట్ సో మెనీ ఐడియాస్. Then while you go home, when you go home and see this, we are biological beings, when you start reading that, your brain starts storming. What then questions? Your friend and you will be discussing. Sir said biological beings. What is the meaning of this? Are we a part of the animal kingdom or not? Are we alone in this planet? Does this planet belong to only humans? No. When COVID-19 was at the peak, kada, we were all locked down inside our homes. Who enjoyed the streets of all the major cities like they were all fully roaming freely? And humans are locked inside their house. Animals crossed their boundaries, crossed forests and came to our habitats. They were doing swimming in our swimming pools, societies. That means this actual planet belongs to animals. అందుకే ఒక ఛానల్ పేరు కూడా పెట్టుకున్నాడు. ఏంటి మీకు డిస్కవరీ ఛానల్ లాగా ఇంకో ఛానల్ ఒకటి ఉంది, యానిమల్ ప్లానెట్. దిస్ ప్లానెట్ ఈజ్ యాక్చువల్లీ యానిమల్ ప్లానెట్, బట్ వీ హ్యావ్ కన్వర్టెడ్ దట్ ఇంటూ హ్యూమన్ ప్లానెట్. ఇది క్వశ్చన్ వచ్చినా వస్తుంది ఎస్ఏలో, ఎస్ఏ టాపిక్ లాంటిది రాసుకోండి. మధ్య మధ్యలో ఐడియాస్ వస్తుంటే ఐ విల్ బి గివింగ్ యూ, షేరింగ్ యూ. దిస్ ప్లానెట్ డస్ నాట్ బిలాంగ్ టు హ్యూమన్స్ అలోన్ అని ఎస్ఏ ఇచ్చాడు అనుకోండి, ఏం రాస్తారు? So this brainstorming has to parallelly happen. Okay. So when humans, when we are animals and we are basically animals, so what is the basis for that? Biological basis. We are basically biological beings. We also breathe, we respire, we do all the things like you have studied in your high school. Respiratory system, circulatory system, excretory system, reproductive system. We have studied all that biology. Of course, in this biological, we will not be discussing all that. We will be having a separate ideas, like mostly wonderful ideas, separate orientation will be here. Okay, and coming to the next one, society and culture. On the one hand, we have society, on the other hand, we have culture. If someone asks again, like maybe కొంచెం overboard అన్నట్టుంటుంది కానీ ఇంటర్వ్యూలో ఐఎమ్ స్టిల్ థింకింగ్ వెదర్ షుడ్ ఐ షేర్ దిస్ ఆర్ నాట్. ఇంటర్వ్యూ కనుక అడిగితే సొసైటీ అండ్ కల్చర్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ సొసైటీ అండ్ కల్చర్ ఇన్ అవర్ లైఫ్? ఇంటర్వ్యూ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఇట్లాంటివి. నాట్ దట్ అంకుల్ వాట్ ఈస్ ఆంథ్రపాలజీ. సో ఇంటర్వ్యూ బోర్డ్ మెంబర్స్ విల్ నాట్ ఆస్క్. They will ask what is the difference between society and culture. You can say, sir, they are like the two realities of life, which are like two sides of the same coin. ఇట్లా చెప్పచ్చా? ఇట్లానే చెప్పాలి. This is a way you have to answer in interview. Correct? Now connect. It is certain kind of a reality which has two sides, both sides of the reality, which are like two sides of the same coin. మనకి కాయిన్లో హెడ్స్ టైల్స్ ఉన్నట్లే the society has, our human life has two realities, two facets, society and culture. ఇంకా ఇందాక ఎక్కువ అవుతుంది అన్ననే అదొక పొయిటిక్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్. ఇది ఎస్ఏలో రాయాలి. ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఒక ఆన్సర్, ఎస్ఏలో ఒక ఆన్సర్. ఏంటది? దే ఆర్ లైక్ టూ ఐస్. You can't say like two eyes. No, generally speaking, two eyes are very important. With one eye you can't see completely. One eye is your society, one eye, another eye is your culture. Two sides of the same coin, two sides of the same reality. Why? Same reality antam. What is the reality? Human. Human is in the middle. One side is the society, one side is the culture. ఇది కొంచెం మీరు కనెక్ట్ టైం పడుతుంది, అంత ఈజీ కాదు. ఇదంతా థియరటికల్. ఇట్స్ లైక్ థియరటికల్ స్టఫ్. ఐ విల్ మేక్ యూ రియలైజ్ నౌ. నౌ టెల్ మీ, yesterday I was speaking about same example we will take, either rice or wheat and challaga undu, warm wishes. Now can we use the word society? Replace the word culture and use the word society. English culture annam. Yesterday we have spoken about English culture, Telugu culture. Now put the word society there and understand this. In English society, people wish any good luck, warm greetings, with warm greetings, right? In English society, is it fitting? Is it wrong? Is it looking wrong? No. In Telugu society, people's staple food is rice. Is it looking cool? Absolutely. So society and culture are two kind of entities of humans. We don't know when they have come. We are not sure. ఇది క్వశ్చన్ ఎట్లా ఉంటుందంటే ఈజ్ ఎగ్ బిఫోర్ ద చికెన్ ఆర్ చికెన్ బిఫోర్ ద ఎగ్ లాంటి క్వశ్చన్. వీ డోంట్ నో. నో బడీ న్యూ యాక్చువల్లీ. నో బడీ కుడ్ రియలైజ్. ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు గెట్ ద ఆన్సర్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు గో బ్యాక్ టు 20 lakh years ago, 30 lakh years ago. Do we have any clues? Even we go there, do we have any clues? Absolutely no. We don't know which thing has started first and which followed. Probably both were developing simultaneously. Society, culture, culture, society, society, culture, culture, society. Like two rails of a gadi, rail gadi. Both were developing. So we'll be spending some time in these two chapters initially, such that we will be having so many dimensions about society and culture. And biology anyhow will be spending good time in biological anthropology. Coming to the third one, marriage. Kind of a social culture institution which is only restricted to human beings, only limited to humans. Animal world they don't have. Every time why we are bringing animal here? Why? I want, you have to give me answer after thinking seriously, not a knee jerk answer. Deenki koncham deeper answer expect chestunna meetoti. Wonderful. Good. Which animal we came from, by the way? Apes. Okay, might be you remember Darwin better. Darwin Saab said long back, we all came from apes and monkeys. Wonderful, correct. Before that, earlier, any idea? You don't have idea. That means, is there any connection between cows and humans? And my answer చెప్పండి. Like you may be guessing, you may not know, you may know, but just try this. I told you, brainstorming. You should be in that constant questioning mode. Some information comes, we process, you are doing the outputs. Is it yes or no? You don't have any relationship with cows? Acha. What about rhinoceros? Giraffe? Plants? Plant to make relationship lekapothe, how can you digest plant here? Can you digest a rock? Then how are you able to digest a plant food? That means there is a relationship between you and the plants. Acha. Then how it all, where is the connection? The connection also lies in some rough answer which is closer to your answer. Something, we came from monkeys anukunnam kada. Came ante enti? What do you mean by that? Can we replace this word came with some other word? Originated, evolved. So I am looking at the word evolution. Now go back. Where this apes might have come from other earlier groups called primates. Primates came from mammals. Mammals came from some other group, right? Mammals belongs to something called as class Mammalia. They are called, there are several divisions. These mammals came from some other groups called as chordates. Chordates came from animals. Animals came from, sillyga untadi kada alochiస్తుంటే, this is the philosophy of life. Somewhere according to science, because science, anthropology is a science or not? Is it a science? First please write somewhere in your notes. మధ్యలో మీకు బాక్స్ ఐటమ్స్ ఇస్తూ ఉంటా. ఇది బాక్స్ ఐటమ్, ఓకే, ఇంకొక బాక్స్ ఐటమ్ ఇట్లా రాసుకోండి. ఆంథ్రోపాలజీ ఈజ్ అ సోషల్ సైన్స్. ఏ అంటే ఏంటి? ఆంథ్రోపాలజీ ఈజ్ అ social science. Why we are calling social science? It studies the society and culture like us in a scientific manner. Basically its orientation or approach is scientific. And what is the basic approach of science? ఇది రాసుకున్నాక ఆన్సర్ చెప్పండి, అర్జెంట్ ఏం లేదు. Who you call a person as a scientist? రీసెర్చ్ ఒకటైనా? ఇంకా ఏదన్నా అడిగితే ఏమంటాడు? సైన్స్, దెర్ ఈస్ గాడ్ అంటే ఏమని చూపిస్తాడు? వాట్ దట్ ఫెలో సెడ్, కమ్ షో మీ అంటాడు సైంటిస్ట్ కదా. proof, evidence. Science speaks with evidence and proof. And anthropology is a social science. It also demands evidence. We have spoken about a word evolution, right? Evolution etla jarigindaya? Darwin was asked. He has given some answer. But many scientists, many scholars have dug the earth. They have excavated the earth and came up with evidences. Those evidences have taken us back and back. And it all, earlier we were talking about animals, right? We are all, imagine this is an animal line. Are we connected to plants and emannaru meeru? First no annaru. Sorry. Next, what is, now do you agree with me or not? Even if you don't agree with me, I will make you agree now. Imagine we are all connected. How do you draw this? But they are fundamentally different, no? Animals are mobile, whereas plants are immobile. They are stationary. There is a connection. What is a connection? Both have life. Now tell me two-word answer. అంటే నేను ఆల్రెడీ క్లాస్లోకి వచ్చేసాను. ఇది క్లాస్ యాక్చువల్ అన్న, సారీ క్లాస్ కాదన్నాను కానీ కొంచెం ఐ హ్యావ్ టు ఎంటర్ ఇన్ టు వన్ సారీ దస్ మోడ్ ఈస్ కమింగ్, సో ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు రెస్ట్రిక్ట్. హోప్ ఇట్స్ ఓకే. ఐఎమ్ ఆస్కింగ్ క్వశ్చన్స్. ఐ వాంట్ two-word ఆన్సర్ ఫర్ లైఫ్. లైఫ్ తీసేసి 2 words పెట్టి చెప్పండి నాకు. ప్లాంట్స్ ఆర్ డాష్, two words. Animals are dash. Living organisms. అది కూడా living. Plants are also living, my friend. Living organisms. In what is common between these two living organisms? And according to science, life ante ikkada, life has to originate somewhere, no? Life just did not crop. Yesterday we said religion, creation. We are not going into that. Many religions have their own theories of how humans came into this world. Correct? But anthropology goes to the origins. I told you. I have written on the board. We have a habit. For everything we take a spade and start digging until we get the answer. Go to the origins. Origin తవ్వుకుంటూ పోతే ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళాం అంటే 3.5 billion years ago we have gone to this time. You will be going crazy. 3.5 billion years ago. Mana Indian numbers cheppandi. What is billion in Indian number? 100 crores into 3.5. 350 crore years ago on this planet life has originated according to scientists. As a life on earth antunam, mar earth ekkada nunchi vachindi, dani kuda science has got no boundaries. It goes on digging deeper and deeper, and when they have dug more, they have got further down and they have gone to the level of origin of earth originated at about 4.5 billion years ago. Life originated at about 3.5 billion years ago. And when earth kana munde em jarigindi inka still they are not satisfied. Earth kahan se hai bhai? Like how in drama, school dramas, some of you might have played or you have seen children performing. When the children are given that fancy dancing competition, some stars are hung, planets are hung from the ceiling and lights are put, like they're all revolving. Cinema sets lo kuda estaru. అట్లా నిజంగా సడన్గా ఆకాశం నుంచి ఊడిపడ్డాయా? How all they came into being? Something again happened earlier, 15 billion years ago. Something big happened. Big bang has happened. A big bang has happened. We don't know what is that. Something big explosion happened. Ante there was some matter already existing. Matter existed, matter exploded, and it wanted to expand. And when it expanded, it threw up every matter into the air or into space, whatever you call. See, we are not going into space or astronomy. We are trying to go to the roots of our basic thinking. How humans thought, how scientists originate all these ideas. When this space was occupied with so much debris, so much chetta, ఆ చెత్తలో ఒక చిన్న పార్టికల్ ఏంటి? డస్ట్, అదే డస్ట్ ఏంటి అక్కడ ఉంది పేరు, ఎర్త్. వన్ స్మాల్ టైనీ పార్ట్ ఈజ్ యువర్ ఎర్త్. ఎర్త్ has taken its presentation, roughly that time it was like a ball of fire at about 4.5 billion years ago. Then for another 1.5 and 100 crore years, for next 100 crore years it was cooling down because it was a ball of fire, according to scientists, not me. When it started cooling, ocean started happening. In the ocean water అప్పుడైతే ఇంకా ఎక్కువ ఉండేది, ఇప్పుడైతే 2/3. దెన్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ లైక్ ఫుల్ ఆఫ్ ఎంటైర్ ఎర్త్ వాస్ ఫుల్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్. ఇన్ దట్ ఫ్రమ్ ద lightning from space, lightning came and some molecules were forming that became life, according to scientists, according to science only. You may believe, you may not believe, but at the moment this is a theory. Acha, once life has formed, has it remained just like that? No. What it has taken, it started doing what? It started evolving. Then it has taken two broad routes. One route is animal kingdom, another route is plant kingdom. Now you got the idea? Within the animals we are put under certain category. Now today whenever you speak, we are Homo sapiens, we are put here at the top. We are occupying the topmost position on this, in this classification. I'll go very deep again when we go to chapter 1.4. There is a topic called evolution, human evolution and emergence of man. So why I am giving all this? Enduku ఇది మాట్లాడాల్సి వచ్చింది? ఏ కాంటెక్స్ట్ లో? Which context I was touching upon? First, I told you yesterday, we understand ourselves better అన్నాను. ఏంటది? First, we have to understand ourselves as a biological people, biological beings. Then you will understand ourselves as a social beings, right? As social beings. Then cultural beings. Then everything falls in that three areas. So if you have noted everything, we will go forward. Okay? Next, marriage, family, all these two are called as what? I have given you a name for that yesterday. And animals, do animals have marriage? I question. You said no. Except some XYZ perform them, put on Instagram, etc. Okay, I married this dolly with the golly. అనేదో రెండు పెడతారు ఫోటోలు. అట్లాంటి గొప్ప ప్రభుత్వలు ఉన్నారు కదా. Do they have marriage? No. Do they have family? No. They have some arrangement, but it is not socially recognized. All the dogs will not come and bless them like we do. Correct? So these are called as social cultural institutions. Social cultural institutions. What are these? Marriage, family. And while we are talking about these two, we will be studying them about these social constitutions as the theory here. ఇక్కడేమో ఈ రెండేమో ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్, థియరీ ఇక్కడ ఉంటుంది. About what is marriage, what are the institutions, అంటే కొంచెం థియరీస్ ఇస్తారు. some thinker will give you a theory. That is for the academic part. I don't believe in academic teaching. I have said goodbye to this long back. I don't ask you to mug up definitions. ఈ డెఫినేషన్ పక్కా వస్తుంది, రాస్తే ఫుల్ మార్క్స్ పడతాయి అని ఎవరైనా అంటే they are giving you wrong direction. I'll give you that original kind of a thinking. How do you mint marks with originality? So these are the broad ideas of chapter 2. Chapter 2.5 is about kinship. Kinship కి ఇంకో పేరేంటండి? అచ్చా, kinship లో షిప్ తీసేయండి. Anybody still doesn't know Telugu? ఇక్కడ ఎవరు ఉన్నారా? ఎనీవన్? జీరో నాలెడ్జ్ ఆఫ్ తెలుగు? అందరు తెలుగు వచ్చు కదా? ఐఎమ్ ఇమాజినింగ్ షిప్ తీసేయండి అంటే నో తీసేయండి మీన్స్ I must removing. You have to remove ship from kinship. What is remaining? Kin. Do you know the meaning of kin? Kin means relatives. Our relatives, we can call them as kin. Technically they are called kin, not kins. S better the malla. S is again plural, and it's not plural, sorry. Both singular and plural are kin only. Okay? Kinship means simply relationship. Why we are bothered about relationship, by the way? Again, just the way we have given some time here, why are we bothered about the biological basis of us? So we have given some explanation. Why we are having society, why we are having culture, we have given some idea. Why should we talk about kinship? See, this is the beauty of questioning. In my class, most often repeated question is, another thing, another box item you may, if you want, you can capture this and write. There is an extraordinary idea I want to share with you. So you are all dealing with knowledge, no? Yes or no? Are we dealing with knowledge every day? Yeah. Can you find boundaries of knowledge? Practically speaking, are there any boundaries? But can we just like that leave them? Leave knowledge? No. We have to put some boundaries. Okay, let us put some boundaries to knowledge. And we'll try. We are not saying it is impossible. We'll try. And knowledge can be embedded and put some limits by 6 questions. Broadly. What? How? Why? When? Einstein, I'm not finding anything new. Already, whatever knowledge that is there, I'm trying to put it in a perspective. When, where, anything missing? Who? You can add some more also. But it is giving a good shape. At least within these 6 questions, if you fix your knowledge, or whatever job you will apply for, you will get selected. Whatever interview you go, you will get selected. Whatever exam you write, you will get selected. Provided on a daily basis, you raise these 6 questions. What, how, who, when, where, all that. In my class, regularly I will be asking this question very regularly, because if you raise this question, why, you are always in that brainstorming mode, and any amount of knowledge will be easily fathomable by you. You can capture any knowledge and retain it without any problem. So I was raising this question, why relationships are important for us? Are our relationships important or not? For that there is a quotation. Is man dash, man is a dash animal annar. Man is a dash animal. Somebody said, what is the dash doing here? Huh? Social animal, yes, absolutely. And in society, what are these 3, what are every day we have to conduct, without which they are not at all meaningful? Interaction, discussion, debate, difference of opinion, agreement, help, support. If you put all of them in one word, that is relationship. Yesterday I was listening to one man. He was saying, we were having one chat. One person was saying, I heard about a man who got a 5 crore package. Shock avakandi, it's common ee rojullo. CEO of some vice president of a company was getting 5 crore package, and he received next day morning divorce letter from his wife. ఇప్పుడు అదేదో అంటారు సినిమాలో ఆనందపడాలి ఏం చేయాలి, what is my position? What should be my, should I be crying, from the rooftop or shout from the rooftop? అదేదో మూవీలో నాని వెళ్ళి ట్రైన్ దగ్గర అరుస్తాడే అట్లా అరవాల ఇప్పుడు. What is the idea here? What is the point I'm trying to drive home? What is exact point? Relationships. Maybe this fellow was too busy in his only job. That's the reason he was getting progress, elevation, promotion. No time to talk to his wife. Wife is waiting for him at office. Or maybe she is also working professional. Both have only few minutes on coffee, chai, lunch, dinner. Inte time untadi. Even these fellows don't have time for that as well. Now tell me, what is the meaning of marrying? Many marriages are getting broken in this current time. Many people come to me also with their problems. I have a patient hearing. I give a patient hearing. I may give some suggestion. It is up to them. What is the idea? They don't have time for each other. Divorces are becoming norms. Why? Because we are running after material things. 5 crore package, 10 crore package. Em cheskuntavu? Dink families are coming. Dink family, have you ever heard about this? Everything I am speaking in this class is your subject only. I'm not talking anything extra here. Cheppandi evarana try chestara? Shall I rub this off? Dink family, jaldi bolo, try karo. Current affairs. Double income or dual income and no kids. Wow. What a first 2 letters. Oh wow, what a probability. Double income, wonderful. Both Mia Bibi getting fat salary packages. 2 crore, 1 crore, 50 lakhs. We'll go to Bali this year. We'll go to Kashmir. In an example say. Kashmir this year. Next year Europe. If Trump gives visa, we'll go to even America. Or we'll collect 83.5 crores. 43.5 crore, you will be given a permanent visa. They might even try for that. But for that, who are getting sacrificed? Kids. They don't want kids. Inka, what will happen to this society? Will this society go forward? Is there any meaning for marriage? Is there any meaning for family? So because of these reasons, we are breaking our head in this class. You are listening in this class. Social things have taken a long back seat. We are always busy in material things, trying to impress others. You want to impress a neighbor. Inta poda car unta 13 meter unta. I have one 15-meter car. That fellow has got 1.5 crore car. I want 1.8 crore car. I'll buy whatever. I'll do whatever. But I'll buy a bigger car, bigger house. So in this backdrop, people have forgotten to live. So material things are leading to breakdown of families. And youngsters are not listening to their parents in marriage matters. Inkoka sorry state of affairs cheppana ante you might be knowing this is all GK only. Pre-shoot wedding anta wedding shoot, shoot, haldi, ememme andulo haldi, masala, all for that 1 week marriage. They will be spending crores of rupees. Crores they are spending. Marriages are not lasting beyond 6 months. 6 months kuda petakulu ayipotunnayi peddillu. They are absolutely going crazy. For these reasons, we have to study the society. Are you understanding? Society, culture. If you know what is our culture, what are our roots, then we'll be able to not only save ourselves, but also the society. So, I told you yesterday, any subject comes from where? Any subject, from this society only. So if you know the society well, you can actually deal with the society well. You can serve the society well. If you are going to be a civil servant, you will be able to come up with solutions like this. For any problem, you will be giving a solution. Okay, wonderful. This is something about the first 2 chapters. Then we had chapter 3, I told you. I'll rub this off for a moment. Chapter 3, Economic Organization. Here we will have some, in all these chapters, 2, marriage, family, kinship, we'll be taking examples from tribal societies. Many times in these classes, many examples are given from tribal societies. Of course, we'll be talking about mainstream societies also. If most of the discussion is occupied by Western societies and complex societies, what is the subject called as? ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఆన్సర్ చెప్పకండి. I'll draw a line here. Okay? I'll draw a line and write like this. One subject studies mainly tribes. Mainly tribes, and tribes are also called as simple societies. Mainly other subject mainly talks about complex societies. Complex societies like western societies, urban societies. Now tell me, what are these two subjects? I'm trying to involve you, that's it. I can give my own answer. Exactly. Anthropology is this side it is anthropology, this one is your sociology. The main examples in anthropology come from tribal societies. The main examples from in sociology come from complex societies. And what did I tell you about the relationship between these two subjects? They are twin sisters or sister disciplines. So we don't have anything against any subject, but we'll try to every time we'll try to discuss about the uniqueness of our subject vis-a-vis the others. In comparison to others, anthropology always stands out clearly, uniquely. Every time people may even ask, sir, we are all becoming very complex, no? We have almost like westernized. Anybody in this class, can you show me in dhoti, kurta, paisama or sari? We have said sorry to sari long back. We have said sorry to sari long back. There's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. We can even argue we have westernized completely. Right from morning we get up till we retire to bed in the nights. We are leading almost westernized life, right? We have become complex. What about the, other societies, tribal societies? Many of the tribes are also becoming westernized. Then what will happen to anthropology in the future? It will become extinct. People say anthropology will become completely removed. It will never happen. It will never happen. Now tell me, what is the answer? Tell me the answer from yesterday's documentary. They said, you bury me here, you dig me here, bury me here, I will not go from here. You have seen, no? One old woman was saying, will not go from here. We don't want your, what you call, sympathy. We won't want your houses or electricity. We just want some water, basic things. That's it. We don't want any support from the government. We are on our own. So as long as people like this are there on this planet, anthropology will be remaining. Again, will anthropology stop studying complex societies? Anthropology also studies complex societies. In fact, anthropology also studies peasant societies, villages. Peasant societies it studies. Raskondi ikkade. Anthropology also studies peasant, P-E-A-S-A-N-T, peasant societies. Both, even sociology also studies that. Sociology also studies peasant societies. But basic difference is anthropology goes even backwards. It will not start from about only 14th, 15th century. It will go to millions of years back. So that is a beauty. We want to say exactly, see where we have begun. What it takes to be human, what it means to be human. Every time we question this. We invent ourselves, discover ourselves on a daily basis. Every day you will be giving a new sight. And in this journey, as I told you, how you become a new person, as it is mentioned earlier, anthropology makes the familiar the strange the familiar. Right? Oh, it is possible. Because every day I ask you, what did you observe? What did you observe? On the road, when you are going, you will be observing something. In your newspaper, you will be observing something. In your discussions with your friends, you will be observing something. In your family, you will be observing something. Hitherto, earlier, you have never done that. So every day you'll be discovering something. So when we speak about this chapter, economic organization, we'll be talking about the tribes. What are the most important like occupations they take up? Yesterday we have spoken about the occupation of the Chenchu and Eskimo. What is their occupation? Hunting and gathering. So we have several ways of living, how people make a living. We are interested in that as well. Pastoralism, hunting and gathering, pastoralism, shifting cultivation, then we have even agriculture, horticulture, and even agriculture. So we'll be seeing how the simple societies live. One minute here, I'm feeling very suffocated here. I just... about 10-15 minutes, I'll give you a break. You can go for a break and come back. Okay. When we are speaking about economic organization, that means it is also called as economic anthropology, or it is also called as anthropology of economics. It's called economic organization or economic anthropology or anthropology of economics. One insight I'll give you, one beautiful idea, rather two ideas. Have you heard about this concept called Ubuntu? Xaro. Two twin ideas. When anthropologists were working in the field, they have observed some beautiful ideas, which like you'll go crazy after listening to them. About Ubuntu. Ubuntu means there is a concept of, what is the meaning? Ubuntu means I am because we are. Xaro means sharing. Sharing everything. There are these two couple of ideas which are very common among the hunter-gatherers. ఒక సౌండ్ చేస్తాను నేను, కంగారు పడకండి. ఆ సౌండ్ చూసి కొన్నిసార్లు ఈ క్లాస్, ఇన్ దిస్ క్లాస్ యుల్ బి గెటింగ్ సో మెనీ న్యూ థింగ్స్, యుల్ బి లైక్ నెవర్ యూ మైట్ హ్యావ్ కమ్ అక్రాస్. ఓకే, ఐఎమ్ మేకింగ్ ఎ సౌండ్ యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ సమ్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్. There is a community in the Kalahari Desert in Africa. It is written as, shall I rub this off here? It's called Mwansi San. అందుకే అటు తిరిగి అన్నాను. How it is. And when they speak, they said they raise this click sound every time. ऐसा आता है sound. It is called click language. When foreigners go, anthropologists go, when they are interacting with them, these fellows every time they are saying ऐसा बोलते रहते हैं. So what these people are called as nuance song. అందుకే ఇటు తిరిగి అనలేదు నేను. Okay. What is the meaning of this? The people are called as nuance. అట్లా కూడా కాదు, ఇంకా యాక్చువల్గా ఇంకా డీటెయిల్ అనాలి. So these people have a concept of zaro. Zaro means sharing of everything. When they hunt an animal, right? I am a hunter-gatherer. I am using that arrow. When 3-4 people who have come with me on that hunting expedition, a big antelope was hunted. Everybody is actually throwing the arrows, but my arrow has hit on that. To whom it belongs to? Naturally. Who is the owner of that deer or antelope? Me, myself. But, and of course, I brought that antelope is very big. It can serve the people for the next 1 week. It is very big, very healthy. And people come and instead of saying, oh, whatever, manavem expect chestam, what we expect, shabash, shabash, what a wonderful kill you have made. So these people never say like that. I know you are a waste fellow. You could have killed a big elephant. I have killed a giraffe. You have killed just a deer. What? Every day, whatever wonderful kill they make, nobody is going to praise that. Number one. Second, another dimension of this Ubuntu is I am because we are. What is the idea? An anthropologist went to these people, hunter-gatherer community. Children were all playing, and he has asked, he has put them, okay, made them to run a running race. Whosoever comes first, I'll give a basket of chocolates. So he has placed the chocolates on a tree. That tree, whosoever touches the tree, he's a winner. He can take all the chocolates. What can we expect in our society? In our society, when the same anthropologist comes here, puts the same thing on a pole or a tree, asks the children to run, what will happen? Naturally, one fellow will defeat all and he takes the chocolates. He may give the chocolates to his friends or not. He may not. But there is no guarantee. To the surprise of this anthropologist, what these tribal children, hunter-gatherer children did was, all of them caught hands like this and they walked together and picked the chocolates. This fellow got crazy. In my society, in Western countries, we never do this. But these hunter-gatherers are sharing everything. How they can share the deer meat in the adulthood? Because in the childhood they have been trained like that. Mil baat ke khayenge. Everybody is, whatever little resources are available, we will share and eat. The principle behind this is, today we may get the big deer, antelope. Tomorrow, there is no guarantee. Day after tomorrow, no guarantee. 1 week, 10 days, they may not get another animal, whatever small amount they get. If only I eat, what happens to the other fellows? Tomorrow that fellow will get an animal and you are not successful. If that fellow doesn't give, most of the population will die. Are you understanding? And these people live, yesterday I told you, where these people live, hunter-gatherers, among the mainstream societies. Or they live in harsh environments. Kalahari desert, 50-degree temperature, harsh environments, extreme cold, Arctic climate. Whatever little is available, everybody shares and enjoy. So these kinds of life principles are there in economic organization. Every time we are not just interested in what these fellows are eating and doing. Yesterday I was talking about Chenchu, right? Chenchu. And what is the occupation of theirs? One occupation, you tell me. Animal hunting, honey collection. And you know how they collect the honey? From the top of the hills, one fellow, with the help of a rope, the rope is tied to a tree and the other person, 2-3 people are holding, one fellow descends down and a raal etlunta ante they come like this and there is a shape like this. One man can actually sit inside. Again that will go down, again there is a gap. Like you have seen this movie, maybe very rarely you might have seen this movie, Hrithik Roshan, Lakshya. చాలా కష్టంలే, మీకు ఎప్పుడో వచ్చింది 15-20 years back. Hrithik Roshan's movie Lakshya, in this he is an army officer. And when they climb that mountain, when the enemy is throwing the lights there, they are actually hidden inside these gaps. Mountain itla vachi, there will be gap here. And honeycombs are actually placed there. Honeys make a beehive in that. So they need to carefully go there, sit inside, put some fire, then they collect the honey, put in a basket. That fellow takes out. It's a very risky activity. They will be, sir, what is there in that? The beauty in this is, now we are linking chapter 3 with chapter 2. In chapter 2.5, what is the title you have written? Kinship. Okay, what is the meaning of kinship? Relationship. According to the Chenchu norms, Chenchu practices, every time when a man is going for honey collection, his brother-in-law has to be accompanying. 100% he has to be present. Who is a brother-in-law? In our Telugu language, Bavamardi, Bammardi. Macha, I think Macha is a correct word in South India. Deep down, from Chittoor onwards, they call Macha. Macha means Bammardi only, no? Or some people say brother, I don't know exact meaning. So that fellow has to be there compulsorily. So kinship and economic organization, both are linked. So anthropologists see these kinds of fine prints which are not there in our society. Will my brother-in-law come when I am going to some job? Thanks sir, I am busy, you are busy. Some people have their own relationships. We are not going to comment on that. Complex societies don't have time. So like this, so many things we will be discussing in chapter 3, and further chapter 4 talks about political anthropology. It is titled as Political Organization and Social Control. Chapter 5, it is about religion or anthropology of religion. Chapter 7, about culture, language and communication. And chapter 8 is about research methods in anthropology. ఏదో మిస్ అయినట్టుంది కదా ఇక్కడ, నాకు తెలుసు. వెదర్ యూఆర్ అబ్జర్వింగ్ అని కావాలని మిస్ చేసా అని చెప్పట్లేదు. ద చాప్టర్ 6 ఈజ్ ఇన్వాల్వింగ్ థియరీస్. ఇట్ ఈస్ అబౌట్ anthropological thought. So what did we do in our segmentation of the syllabus? We have cut it and separated it under part number, check, tell me. Part number 3, yes, part number 3 contains chapter 6. So, in this part 1, we don't have chapter 6, as simple as that. We have cut it and separated it out. So, this is a broad subject matter of part 1. I can actually go detailedly, but our complete time will be consumed by this. Anthropology of religion is there. That means how societies and groups conduct their religious affairs. What are the ideas? So many theories are there, so many ideas are there. You will be really surprised. Inta adbhutamaina subject nen life lo enduku chadavale anukuntunam. I mean, definitely you will be feeling about that. Wonderful subject which never came into your life earlier. Because I have this kind of again brainstorming. I thought, why this governments have not put anthropology in our syllabus in high school and college? Correct? No, there must be some logic. Because at those times our minds are not ready. We are very young people in class 10, 11, 12. Till we cross 18, because much subject matter is adult content. I am telling you in advance. Big disclaimer, జాగ్రత్త వినండి అందరు చూడండి ఇక్కడ. Big disclaimer I'm giving, we'll be definitely talking about adult content in this. Anybody having any reservation, please tell me in advance. We'll be regularly talking about sex and all that. Ante adi atla kaadu, not in a vulgar manner, it's a scientific manner. We'll be taking examples in that from those societies, certain practices like polygamy, polyandry. Appudu okati rendu atla vastayi. It's not about like mainstream idea. And since last 15 plus years I'm doing this, I never had a single problem. So nothing like in that. Anta emu kuda em undadu. Manam choose vidhanamlo untadu. Okay. How we see the reality turns out to be the major thing. Now you can go for a break. You need a break, and I also need a break. You please take it and come back in about 10 minutes. We have seen all this yesterday, right? Some slides like marriage versus live-in relationship. By the way, there was one, uh, you must be thinking UPSC gives straight questions, repeated questions. It is correct only. But UPSC, you should always remember, it is always ahead of the trends. It is many times ahead of our understanding. So you have to either match UPSC or cross UPSC. If you want to ride like correct horse, either you should have that agility of a horse or you have to have more agility to control the horse. So UPSC is that unbridled one. So here there was a question in 2013, you will be surprised. They have asked a question, how to situate live-in relationship in marriage. How do you situate live-in relationship within the institution of marriage? Discuss. People went crazy. I am talking about 2013. Now imagine 2013, what was your understanding then? People were just talking about 12 years back. 12 years back, live-in relationship, only in Western countries they were speaking. In India, the trend was only in Mumbai or Delhi, one or two cities. It did not come to Hyderabad. Okay, 12 years back. Now, you can imagine how ahead is UPSC. So, that's the reason we also discuss live-in relationship in this class. And we'll try to add that anthropological touch to it. Not just like a funny topic. Interesting topic, masaladar topic, adakad question. It's not about masala stuff. It's about the subject and knowledge. Kinship also we have seen. This is about religion, right? And many ideas related to magic, religion and science. Many concepts we'll be studying there. From the standpoint of this family, joint families, nuclear families. And of course the gender, these things. All in social cultural anthropology. What is this part now? Part number 2. Part number 2 is our physical or biological part. Now I'll give you broad themes in this, broad ideas. Broadly speaking, physical or biological anthropology is basically interested in human origins and evolution. First theme. I'm not writing the chapters etc. as of now. I'm just giving you a broad idea. What are the areas which are covered? Human origins and evolution. And secondly, it is interested in human genetics. It is also interested in human, all are human only, common. Then human variation. Human growth and development. And also further, it is interested in demographics, human demographic principles. Demographic principles like ideas like concepts, better you write concepts, better demographic concepts like fertility, then there are some other ideas like fecundity, natality, mortality. At the moment you will not understand anything, just write it down, that's it. And we do have another one called as applied physical anthropology. Applied physical anthropology is another broad theme covered by physical anthropology, physical or biological anthropology. These are the broad themes. Are you able to see in the bottom? Demographic concepts like fertility, mortality. Demographic, D-E-M-O-G-R-A-P-H-I-C. Demographic concepts or principles like fertility, mortality, etc. Just an idea. We are just developing some nascent idea, not detailed one. Okay. Now I'll go to the chapters. What are the chapters that come in this? Finished? Okay. So we have if you remember in chapter 1 introductory part 1 we had 1.1 to 1.3. Here we'll start the physical anthropology with 1.4, 1.5, 1.6 to 1.7. Four sub chapters. 1.4 to 1.7 we'll be talking about human evolution. Then we'll be talking about primates, human evolution, primates, then human ancestors, and basic biological basis of life, that is basic biological concepts. Basic biological concepts like cell, chromosomes, etc. Namaste. Okay, done. So these are the in one point between 1.4 and 1.7. These are the topics, broad topics. Those are themes. These are topics. Topics ki themes ki teda telsa meeku? Now just try. What are themes? Themes means broad idea. Within the theme there are several topics. For example, human evolution is a theme. In that we have several topics like human emergence, biological factors, then cultural factors, then we have theories of evolution, concepts of evolution. So 4 to 5 topics can be covered under one theme. That is a theme and topic difference. Topics are mentioned in the syllabus, themes are not mentioned in the syllabus. So when we actually go into the class, it is my choice. Either I can go with the themes or either I can go with the topics. Clear on this? So these are the broad topics under or between 1.4 and 1.7. Coming to other chapters in physical or biological anthropology, we'll now directly jump to chapter 9.1 to 9.8. Chapter 9 is a big chapter. It deals with, broadly, it deals with human genetics and human variation, there are so many topics, so I did not want there. I am just again putting some themes here. Human variation, it covers, like for example, race and racism, it talks about. It deals with certain ideas like ecological anthropology. Ecological anthropology, and it also deals with epidemiological anthropology. Epidemiological anthropology. That means anthropology of disease. Epidemiological anthropology. So from 9.1 to 9.8, there are many themes which come. Most of the themes, most of the topics are covered under human genetics. Human genetics. We'll be talking about Mendel's laws. And many people have this question marks on their face. The moment we talk about genetics and all, non-bio students will be having certain questions. Right? So here, as I told you, we will not be going to our high school biology like systems, respiratory, cell, all that. We'll be just knowing what is essential for our understanding, how we have originated, how we evolved, and what are our genetic problems. For example, everybody knows here that when we perform close relative marriages ante in the meaning cousin marriages, uncle niece marriage. Have you heard about this uncle niece marriage in South India? Till recently, I mean, one or two people still are marrying uncle niece marriage, mena mama, mena kodalu. These kinds of marriages have what? What they lead to? They lead to so many genetic disorders in the children. So this knowledge will not be talking ordinary people. They know that genetic disorders are coming. But as an anthropology student, you will be having a very strong knowledge in this, base in this. How these genetic disorders come in the first place? Where has something gone wrong? What are the basic reasons for these kinds of scenarios? So we will be going deeper slightly and understanding things. And how cultural preferences are linked to these kinds of marriages. How culture, for example, in North India, they completely abhor, they say, I can't even think about cousin marriage. In South India, it is very common. Till Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, to some extent in Odisha also, in tribes also, tribal people till Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, it is common. Tribal people also perform cousin marriages. But once you cross the Vindhyas and go into the Ganga plains, Indo-Gangetic plains, their cousin marriages are not at all thinkable. They said how wrong it is. It is very wrong, in fact. Because my cousin, my cross cousin is like my sister. Among the Muslims, there are certain practices. They marry their parallel cousins. We have cousins of two types, cross cousins and parallel cousins. Cross cousins, parallel cousins, both are cousin marriages. Muslims practice parallel cousin marriages. Hindus in South India and the tribes practice cross cousin marriages. And cultural preferences are there which are leading to genetic disorders. We will try to link both of them and understand what is exactly happening in this from a genetic point of view. So these are the genetic basis of our understanding. Okay? So 9.1 to 9.8. Then we'll go to chapter 10. Chapter 10 is all about your human growth and development. In chapter 10, we'll be talking about human growth and development. What are the factors? What is the difference between growth and development? What are the factors of development? How a child develops, grows right from the zygote. You know how a zygote is formed? When a sperm and egg unite, right? That is with the result is formed the zygote. The zygote goes on developing into embryo. Embryo will become fetus. Fetus will become a big size, the fetus only. Once it is delivered, it will become infant, neonate. Neonate will become infant. Infant will become child. Child will become adolescent. Adolescent will become adult. Adult will become senile, or they will become old, elderly people. So all these stages we'll see what exactly are these stages. And there are some methods of studying this growth. Certain genetic factors, non-genetic factors, cultural factors, social factors, environmental, food factors. It's slightly factual based chapter. Chapter 10 is this. Chapter 11 talks about these concepts I told you, right? Fertility, fecundity, there are certain concepts. Chapter 11 talks about so many ideas. It has got in fact 11.1 to 11.3. 11.1 to 11.3 talks about many concepts like menarche, menopause. Even you'll be surprised. Sir, a topic landi endi maaku. You might be asking question. And like ladies ki ekkada, don't they have privacy? Till recently, my wife, she comes from a conservative family. About 7-8 years back, nobody was showing all these ads. Let me be very frank. I told you yesterday, right? Anthropology is a mirror. It reflects the reality, right? Whatever is happening in the society, it is shown. We'll be speaking very shamelessly on every topic that is developing. So the ads that were projecting about women's sanitary napkins were not at all coming. And they were just indicative. Here they are very clear. They are showing very clearly entire thing almost. They are saying leak proof, whatever they are saying. And now there are movies coming in like Padman. Society has started accepting the women's problems. Earlier, they used to say it is women's thing. If a girl comes of age, she first time achieves that menstrual cycle. So, they generally, what is the thinking, what is the discussion? Adavalla function. Just simply, they used to separate clearly male, female. And at the most, they used to have a euphemistic word. Euphemism ante enti? When something which is very common, when you have a beautiful flowery word for it, you call it as euphemistic. Or sorry, a very bigger word, easier word for a tougher word. Easier word is euphemism. They call it a sari function. Earlier there was half sari function, that is gone now, it is sari function. For boys there is nothing, at least something they have to perform, so there is a dhoti function. So all these are the cultural sides, but who is speaking about biological people? We and anthropology students and teachers. Only anthropologists have this guts to speak about the women's menstrual cycle. When it starts, when it stops, what are the factors, what are the problems associated, what are the diseases or health problems they get. That means we are trying to understand women as they are. Did I tell you yesterday or not? We study the society as it is, people as they are, nothing less, nothing more. So we try to understand women as they are based on their biology, based on their society, based on their cultural predisposition. Very beautiful ideas we'll be talking about. Menarche, menopause, fertility, fecundity, natality, mortality. Many ideas are there in this chapter. Fertility, fecundity, natality, mortality. And many theories on fertility, like theories on demographic theories, theories on demography, like population theories. These are the broad themes or topics in chapters 11.1 to 11.3. So we try to understand what exactly happens in this population, why the population is growing like this, what are the ideas behind this. We will try to go to the biological side. In geography, in economics, we don't discuss all this. Nobody talks about menarche, menopause. Nobody speaks about that. Simply say earlier there was very high death rate, high birth rate. Then it has slowed down. Death rate has come down. Birth rate was going on. Now it has also come down. Now it is going, something like that. Broadly we speak. Here we go slightly deeper. This is about chapter 11. Chapter 12. Chapter 12 is simply applications of anthropology or applications of physical anthropology or applied physical anthropology. For example, there is something called as anthropology of sports. And there is something called as anthropology of designing equipment. Anthropology of designing equipment, like military designs, factory designs and equipment, furniture. What is anthropology doing here? Then anthropology of nutrition or simply nutritional anthropology. Nutritional anthropology. Forensic anthropology. nutritional anthropology, forensic anthropology, and many such applications. Forensics is very interesting. Even I bet and most of you are interested in thriller movies, provided there is a good subject, whether it is in Malayalam also, we will watch that, with or without subtitles. I would love to watch any movie in its native language. Of course, subtitles are there. So there are many thriller movies are coming with these themes, like forensic anthropology. So you will be really enjoying this subject. Anthropology of sports, how sportsmen are selected based on their bodily features, body types. There is a concept of somatotypes. All these will be of applications. How the knowledge of anthropology is used in the design, how cockpits are designed, how fighter planes place is utilized. Lot of things will be knowing in this. Okay, this is something about physical or biological anthropology. Now we'll go to the third one. Did you copy this? Yeah. Third one is your anthropological theories. Of course, this is gone. Anthropological theories, as I told you, will begin the session of tomorrow or day after tomorrow. నేను హైలీ డెమోక్రటిక్ పర్సన్నా ఇక్కడ. సో ఏం చేస్తా అంటే ఐ థాట్ ఐ విల్ ఆస్క్ యూ చాయిస్. అంటే టుమారో అనగానే సడన్గా ఎవరు ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ లేదట్టుంది. ఐ యూ అవేర్ దట్ ఇండియా రీచ్ ఛాంపియన్స్ ట్రోఫీ ఫైనల్? ఓ యు ఆర్ నాట్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్. నో యు ఆర్ ఆల్ ఇన్ నో డిస్టర్బెన్స్ మోడ్. యూ వాంట్ టు వాచ్ దట్ ఆర్ క్యా 50-50? See, there is a public opinion. So we'll put it on Monday. Chalega? Even I have some work in the home. Initially I thought I'll conduct 10th. Again we have fixed, because at the time India's position was not fixed. So I fixed it for Sunday. So let us relax on Sunday. Again get rejuvenated. Full vigor come. I hope India wins. I think India wins. Hope kaadu. I can see things forward. So India will win, no doubt on this. ठीक है? ये हो गया. Anthropological theories. What are these? As per chapter 6, as I was telling you, we have got part 3 in our division of the subject matter into 3 parts. Chapter 6 deals with theories. In fact, there are about a dozen theories, nearly dozen. That will take our sweet nearly 1 month. అంటే because usually we don't have classes on Saturdays. So that will take, అంటే Saturdays తీసేస్తే it will be, even if you include that, it will be taking, as I told you, acha, you will be surprised, no? One month, oh my God. You said 5 months for entire thing, 1 month for this. How much time you have spent for ABCD? Tell me. Only 1 month or 1 year, full year, and in fact 2 years, no? LKG, UKG, mostly ABCD నేర్చుకోవడానికి మరి టైం పట్టిందా లేదా? Here also it will take time. First we will start with introduction to anthropology and all that. As per syllabus, it is classical evolutionism. Now you can write down the theories names I am listing here. Classical evolutionism. Then we have got within this maybe A, B, C, D, I'll put B. We have historical particularism. Then diffusionism. Functionalism. Structural functionalism. Structuralism. Neo-evolutionism. PH. Next is your culture and personality school. Cultural materialism. IJ. Symbolic and interpretive theories. This side shall I rub this off? Symbolic and interpretive theories. Again, see ABCD. నేను గుర్తు చేసుకున్నా. J తర్వాత ఏమొస్తుంది? Forgot. అవి really do we need this? K. Symbolic and interpretive theories. Cognitive theories. And postmodernism. These are there in our syllabus. How many are there? 12 వచ్చినాయా? Exactly dozen. So these are the theories which lay the foundation of the subject of anthropology from the ideas of major thinkers. Okay, so I'll just give you a brief idea why these theories are needed. Okay, so you might have studied science and science, no? Earlier in school, compulsorily everybody studies. So you must have come across Newton's theory, Newton's laws of motion, Gay-Lussac's theory, and so many theories. ఇంకో ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయా? గుర్తున్నాయా? I have forgot most of them. Kepler's laws of motion and all that. Why a law is needed? Can't they just explain everything just like that? This society, scientific community, especially students, need some basic starting point. If I want to say something, I should start from something, no? So I must say, I must give a big sentence. Then I should explain that sentence. What is that sentence? A theory. Classical evolutionism. That means societies evolve. Just like animals evolve, societies evolve. Oh, this is a statement. Then is it enough? Then I have to speak very detailedly. Unless I have this starting statement, I can't talk about it continuously. If I don't speak this sentence, it will become an ordinary discussion. So I need to start with a theory. Then I need to build. Who am I? A thinker. I may be anyone. For example, we have got several thinkers like Tyler, Morgan, Fraser. We've got Malinowski. We've got Bowers. At least 20-30 names will come. 20-30 minimum. And these thinkers have proposed some ideas on how the culture is understood. Because I told you, in anthropology, two main themes. Biology is always there. Biological theory is dominated by Darwin. As far as biology was concerned, Darwin gave his ideas long back. But what about society and culture? Who gave the theories? Who should say all this? So people like Tyler, Morgan, etc., they all gave theories. Then we have got Bowers, Franz Bowers. These people, when they worked in the field, when they observed society, when they observed people, they thought, okay, if I just go and speak, people will not understand. I should have a starting statement. With that statement, I opened the discussion. That statement became the ism. What is ism? Forever, between you and me, generally speaking. Can you answer me? What is ism? What is ism? Acha, మనకేం తెలియదు. We don't know. Now let us put communism, capitalism, Hinduism, capitalism. Now, have you ever tried to question this? Capitalism. Earlier, if you separate them, capitalism. Now you link and try explaining. See how difficult it is. I want you to speak a full sentence. I know it is very difficult. At this stage, you will only be getting words. I told you yesterday. First, you should have alphabets, then words, then sentences. Sentences will become paragraphs. Paragraphs will become answers. So, capitalism is that philosophy or belief system which is based on individual performance leading to hard work, which results in accumulation of capital assets for the well-being of a nation. ఇది ఎక్కడ టెక్స్ట్ బుక్లో లేదు. At the moment, right now, I have given. Capital assets, capital, individual is given importance. Communism, you separate them. Commune, what is a known word, closed word you can think. Community means, again, common man's word. వీళ్ళందరినీ కలిపి ఒకటి చెప్పాలంటే ఏమని చెప్పాం? దిస్ ఎంటైర్ క్లాస్ ఆర్ వాట్ ఈస్ అదర్ వర్డ్? Group is more important than individual. Capitalism believes in individuals, performance, strength, hard work, whereas communism believes in the group's work and sharing the splits. Whatever comes will distribute and will enjoy. Capitalism does not believe that. If you are earning very strongly, like billions of dollars, millions you are earning, you keep most of it, but pay the taxes. So you need not give almost entire thing. In communism, entire whatever resources are there in the society have to be distributed. Now are you understanding? And ism comes from a basic starting sentence, one sentence. Evolutionism, societies evolve. Functionalism, culture functions. It is all about culture. The most common theme in all the theories is culture. You please write it down. What is the most common thing in this entire theory is culture. The number one word is culture. So these scholars gave their theories about culture. So this is something about part 3. Then I'll go to part 4. You have copied this down, right? Yeah. Part 4 is about your prehistoric archaeology. Sorry, we have some slides for it. So prehistoric archaeology deals with something called as, what did I say yesterday? Archaeology. It is a combination of two words, prehistoric and archaeology. నేను ఒక టెక్నిక్స్ చెప్తా ఉంటాను మీకు. As we go on, I will be giving you some basic skills. For example, in prehistory, what is a word you know or words you know? How many words are there in it or parts in it? 2. What are they? Pre and historic. Pre means before. Historic means it is based on history. That means before history, anything was there before history, that is prehistoric. Now the next moot question comes. So we will be lot of doing, I told you, brainstorming in the class. So that's the reason I give a break. You strongly recommend whosoever has a habit of having chai, it is highly needed for this. Then it will just give you stimulation. You can continue for the next 1 hour because we will exercise a lot of muscle here in this class. Then before history means, what is the meaning of history? Is this story? Past. Somebody said past. Past. Do you draw a line? Which past you are talking about? 500 years ago? 1000 years ago? Or Shivaji Maharaj? These days the Chava is getting a big hit. Or that 15th, 16th century? What past you are talking about? There must be some line, no? Do you have clarity what exactly is history? This is the beauty of UPSC preparation. In school, your teacher never tells what is history and modulattadame. In history, children, today we'll talk about and modulattadame. Ancient, modern, medieval, modern. Ante. Nobody has got time to think what is history. In fact, they are not trained like that. Are you getting this? What is history? The moot question comes back. History means, shall I tell you the idea? History means any part of that part of timeline in the progress of humans where writing started. చాలా జాగ్రత్త ఇక్కడ స్టోర్ చేసుకోవాల్సిన విషయం. ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు రైట్ రన్నింగ్ నోట్స్ కూడా రాసుకోవచ్చు. హిస్టరీ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ద టైమ్ లైన్ ఇన్ హ్యూమన్ ప్రోగ్రెస్ వేర్ రైటింగ్ స్టార్టెడ్. అంటే ఫస్ట్ టైం హ్యూమన్ స్టార్టెడ్ రికార్డింగ్. ఇది చాలా ఇన్నానికి ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది. రికార్డింగే కదా. ఎస్ సార్, వీ ఆల్సో ఆర్ రికార్డింగ్ నోట్స్ వాట్ ఎవర్ యు ఆర్ సేయింగ్. ఈజ్ దిస్ రికార్డింగ్ సేమ్ యాజ్ ద రికార్డింగ్ దెన్? You have to think very beautifully, originally. Everybody kindly pay attention. I'll give you the sentence again. It is that point of time in the progress of humans where writing was started or writing began. Now, I wanted to go to about 2000 plus 1000 years ayandi. About 3000 to 4000 years back, this writing started. Even still slightly 500 years back. And as I told you, it's not easy. Because for writing, what you need? Script and language. Again, it starts with what? How does script starts with? Alphabet. Again, anthropology lo akkada kuda agam manam. We are like crazy people here. I'm telling you, you'll be going for a real shock, surprise, a healthy shock. When I tell you phonetic alphabet, again you will be asked, sir, phonetic alphabet, I never heard. I know alphabet. What is phonetic alphabet? Vinnara idi intaku mundu? What is that? Tell me, phonetic. How to? Alphabet కాదు. You are come close. I have the habit of giving gifts and all that, like which will be accumulated at the last day of the batch. I will be giving gifts. So the offer starts from now. Usually this answer, it is very difficult to answer. కానీ వింటే మీ గూస్ బంప్స్ వచ్చినా ఆశ్చర్యపోకర్లేదు. అంత బ్యూటిఫుల్గా ఉంటుంది ఐడియా. If I say is it easy to write? You are taught in your language to write like this. For this thing in Telugu, in Hindi, వాళ్ళకి లేదు. ఇంగ్లీష్ పెద్ద వాళ్ళకి they have ఏ నుంచి ఎట్లా వస్తుంది వాళ్ళు చెప్పలేదు. In Telugu we have in Telugu we have A also. We have got more further degrees. We have got post-graduation in Telugu. I am not saying we are greater, they are lesser. What is the idea I am trying to suggest? Whatever you generate, whatever sound you generate here, do have a expression for that. What is that expression? Written expression. That should be acceptable to all. ఇప్పుడు అర్థమైందా ఎంత థింకింగ్ ఉంటుంది ఆంథ్రోపాలజీ అంటే? It is not whatever you say, I know this word, I challenge you. You don't know the real meaning of that. Phonetic alphabet means whatever writing form you give to something which you speak, the sound you generate. They are broadly divided into two: vowels and consonants. Vowels means a, I, u, I, aha, Telugu. And what are consonants? Kaka, gagana, chacha, jajana, tatta, dadhana, pappa, babbama. What are all this? Consonants. That means if you both combine them both, you get a meaningful word for a meaningful utterance. Jartha Vinandi. It is utterance now. Sound, word, etc. That is acceptable to all. If I say something to you, other person should not misunderstand. That other person also should understand the same. Now, are you understanding 2,000-3,000 years back how life was difficult? For you, already you are trained in your childhood. For them, humans of 3,000 years, 500 years, 4,000 years, invention of the phonetic alphabet scripted something new. That was called history. Then what about things which were beyond that, earlier than that, where there were no written records available? That was called as prehistory. Then how do you come to some conclusion? Okay, this is the age of this. So people lived like this. People had built big palaces. People's life was like this. How do you come to conclusion? Based on the evidences. These two, broadly they are of two types. They are fossils and there are artifacts. Fossils are what? Bony material, organic material like bones, etc. Organic material like bones. What are artifacts? Artifacts are something like, what are artifacts? ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, మీరు హిస్టరీ చదివితే ఎట్లా చదువుతారు now with this knowledge? In history you have all this. If a lecturer is like very clear and he is teaching all the dimensions, and even in, I think in your syllabus sometimes I go back to Paleolithic age, Mesolithic age, Neolithic age, right? All that is there in history as well. So in that we will definitely have these words coming up. Artifacts means any man-made object or any non-man-made objects, because there is a plural there. What are fossils? Are they man-made? They are natural, available. If a man dies, that man's skeleton becomes a fossil. So man is not making a fossil. Man becomes a fossil. But before he dies, he makes some painting or he makes some pottery. What will it become? Connect akkada undi, choose cheppani answer. Artifacts. Anything which is made by the humans is artifact. Anything which is already belonging to the human or animal or anything which is of organic nature like bones, those are called as fossils. There may be leaves also, there may be pollen also, seeds also. Not just bones only, fossilized material. So archaeologists, when they are digging the earth like these two fellows are doing here, they'll be slowly removing layer by layer and digging, taking out that and trying to understand what this is about. So with that they will try to reconstruct the past cultures. How these people lived, where they lived, what was their environment, what was their food, what was their activity. Were they engaged in agriculture or horticulture or shifting cultivation or hunting and gathering? They will be trying to reconstruct the entire scenario based on these evidences. Correct? Either fossils or artifacts or both. So this is the basic idea in prehistoric archaeology. And as far as our the chapters are concerned, we have a chapter 1.8 in paper 1. Here two papers get combined. Paper 1, this is part number what? What is a part number? Part number 4. Ikkada part number 4 ayandi. Sorry, 1 minute. This is actually part number 4 in our division of syllabus. and it has got 2 papers. ఇది అయిపోయిందా? If it is finished, I'll write 2 papers here. Paper 1 also is involved, paper 2 is also involved. In paper 1 there is a chapter called 1.8. In paper 2 chapters between 1.1 to 1.3 these are covered. Here this is about general prehistoric archaeology. General prehistoric archaeology. In paper 2 we will be studying Indian prehistory. And we can even call it as prehistoric archaeology also, but basically we are studying Indian prehistory. General Indian. So examiner can again play some games with you. He can ask paper 2 wala in paper 1, paper 1, paper 2. So don't get restricted. It is all, that's the reason we have combined both of them. These last 3-4 years is asking everything Indian in paper 1 itself. When students go for, if they prepare only for paper 1 separately, paper 2 separately, they can't really enjoy the answer writing. So examiner is testing their originality. They will ask Indus Valley civilization in paper 1, but actually it is mentioned in paper 2. Can we blame that fellow? Why not? Because it's a entire subject is one, but just for Indian paper 2 they have to create all Indian setting. They have simply separated it and called Indian prehistory, but we'll study them together. Clarity? Aa gaya? Yeah. So this is something about prehistoric archaeology. So we have got several stages like Paleolithic, then Mesolithic, Neolithic, Copper Bronze Age, then we have Iron Age, etc. And finally we have, in the 5th part, we will take about 20-30 minutes more and we'll call it a session. Indian society and culture becomes your part 5 in the division of the subject, or you can even use Roman numbers. Part 5, it has chapters coming from right from chapter 2, right? 2 point only 2, sorry, chapter 2. Then we have chapter 3, chapter 4 and chapter 5. Chapter 2 deals with ethnic and linguistic elements in Indian population. Now we have entered into, this is completely paper 2. There is no paper 1 here in part 5. Elements in Indian population and other population and other demographic features like fertility, then life expectancy, literacy, all that, and other demographic concepts. This is something about chapter 2. Chapter 3 is a big chapter, and it has got several parts. It starts with the structure and nature of Indian society, of traditional Indian society. In fact, traditional Indian social system. Structure and nature of traditional Indian social system. In this we will be talking about the broad topics like Varnashrama, Purushartha, etc. There are very interesting themes like ancient Indian topics, Varnashrama, Purushartha, Papa, Punya, Karma, ivan untai kada. So Purushartha, Karma, Rina, etc. Rina, rebirth, Again, we have caste system in this. We can go on writing in the downwards. Shall I rub this off? Second one. Second one, everybody noted? So chapter 3 I am continuing here. Caste system in India. There are several interesting ones. Extraordinary area. Again. You will be understanding Indian society very well. Chapter 3 continuing here. Caste system of India or in India. Difference between Varna and caste. Theories on the origin of the caste system. Various theories have been actually put forward. There is a concept of dominant caste. Jajmani system. Tribe caste continuum. So many topics are there. I can go on writing, but many topics are there. You need not write. You can actually check in the syllabus as well. Highly scoring areas again here. Very simple concepts. Simply if you want, even if you read one time also, you can easily understand. Both simple topics, etc. Ida Varnashrama, Purushartha, Karma, Rina, Rebirth. Rina, R-I-N-A, Rina. Rebirths. Rina, North Indians pronounce it as Rina, South Indians pronounce it as Runa. More or less the idea is same. Okay, so chapter 5 also has got another, chapter 3, chapter 3 still we are continuing. Chapter 4. Chapter 4 deals with, complete just con. This is done. Some people are still writing. Yeah. Chapter 4 deals with emergence and growth of Indian anthropology. How Indian anthropologists have developed, colonial administrators, Indian scholars like M.N. Srinivas. So many scholars have come into the picture like S.C. Dubey. Many like stalwarts are there, D.N. Majumdar, L.P. Vidyardhi, Indian anthropologists. Chapter 5 deals with Indian village and many related concepts like village studies have been done by American scholars basically. Many themes like Sanskritization, Westernization, little and great traditions, like etc. So this is all about Indian anthropology. I am not focusing much on Indian anthropology at the moment because while we start paper 2, again I need to give a detailed introduction. Then you can think about this. Done with this, chapter 5. Chapter 6 again is a new part. We are going to that. In 5 minutes we are actually ending the session. Okay, yeah. So shall I rub it off? Little and great traditions. So finally what we have is last part is your tribal India, part 6. Part 6, why we have divided it? Because it is a major part in paper 2 as well. So part 6 in our scheme of division, it contains several chapters, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Chapter 6 starts with tribal situation in India. Tribal situation in India. It has got like something like tribal problems, their poverty, all that, unemployment, health problems. Yesterday we have seen, no? Their displacement, tribal displacement, land alienation, so many problems, poverty, etc. So many problems are listed out. Then how the government sees them, some constitutional safeguards for these people. And also there is a discussion on the scheduled castes, not only SCs but also SCs, STs and OBCs. Okay, STs, SCs and OBCs. What are these people? Who are these people? Several deeper dimensions. Chapter 7. Chapter 8 deals with the concept of tribe. And we want to understand what exactly is a tribe clearly. Concept of tribe. Okay. And chapter 9 deals with the here I'll write 9. Tribal administration. Administration of the tribes. Then role of NGOs. Role of anthropology or anthropologists in their development, in tribal and rural development. So this goes up to 9.3. So chapter 9, I have just given a brief idea, not detailed one. So this is the entire gamut of syllabus divided into 6 parts. So even if you are strong in 4 to 5 parts, you can really wonderfully score well. But if you are strong in all the 6 parts, you can score aram se 300 plus. People easily said slogan 300 plus, target 300 plus. Bahane cheptaru anta. Kani we need to go very deep and subject optional means depth only. It is mostly your specialization. It is not general studies. General, if you write even wider and not so deep, you will get some marks. Here, marks will not be been awarded for superficial answers. You need subject depth. Optional means subject, and it comes through questioning. As I told you, example, phonetic alphabet, history, prehistory, anta clarity undal subject. So concept base is very important, and I specialize in this because I do a lot of questioning, brainstorming. I don't accept things as they are. Somebody says something, okay, fine. I do introspection, questioning, comparison. Then subjects, I told you, juice will come out. The juice, real enjoyment of the subject comes through this brainstorming. Okay, I'll limit the class here, and we'll meet again in the next session, most probably in Monday only. You will be posted. I don't have the right person here at the moment to make a declaration. I guess it will be again posted in your app. So most of you are having the touch, right? Touch with the app. Chalo then, I'll call it a session. Thank you. Enjoy. Yep.